Hey, what's up, everybody? So every time I make one of these videos, I say I'm going to make a quick video, and I hope this isn't too long, but I do have a lot of stuff to show you. This is the story of my day, what I woke up to this morning, and where it went from there. I guess you could call it the story of how the hacker got hacked, or the fisher got fished, or I don't know what you would call it really. Mess with the bull, get the horns, swim with the big fish, get eaten. Anyway, you get the point. You guys are with it. So, woke up at 3 a.m. this morning to get ready for work. I have a habit of looking at my phone to see if I missed any messages, and I had a friend request from a woman I didn't know on Facebook. It was this lovely lady right here, Francisca Ayin. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that last name or not, but typically when you get these kind of invites, from the get-go, they're not real. They're probably somebody just trying to fish you for information. I'm well aware of this, so I typically add them back so I can mess with them. And I've posted pictures of that before on Facebook. And I'll screw with the person until they're frustrated and then let them go. But this story turned out quite a bit different today. So I added the person back immediately. They started asking me questions about whether I'm married and if I have kids, stuff like that. So I knew where this was going because that's how it always starts. So I immediately ran downstairs. I had my little MacBook Air with me with Linux installed on it, and I fired up Hidden Eye. And Hidden Eye is a program where you can basically fish people for different account information. So I used Google, and I just actually used the standard phishing page, number one, and I added a keylogger, and then I did my redirect to through auto SSH, so that if it were to die, that it would get called back. But give me 1 second. I'm not going to talk while I type this in, because I'm really bad doing that. But so I enter this command to start a redirect through Servio, and then I select Servio also to generate a custom URL for that, so it will never point back at my IP that I'm actually on. So then I made up a different one, but for instance, like I did something like Hangouts underscore JSON or something. We'll see that in a moment. So you can make up anything. Google underscore Hangouts underscore JSON or something stupid like that, right? So I did something like that, and then I immediately ran upstairs and had a friend of mine that works on campus. Um, I kind of let her know what was going on. I was really excited, and I ran through. I'm like, Linda, you gotta see this. You gotta check this out, and had her help me. I knew I was gonna need multiple Gmail addresses for what was coming up, so we'll get there. I'll show you what was going on. Once this starts, it's ready. It's running, so it gives you this link, just the link that I just created. And if I were to copy this and open it into, let's just open it and see if we'll pop that up in Firefox real quick. Once we pull this up in Firefox, it's going to pull up a very convincing, oh, I don't have internet on this virtual machine right now. Let's just copy this link, and we will go open this in Windows. And that's why it's not working. Just give me a second. I know what I'm doing, guys. So once we open this link in a window, it's going to give a very convincing Google sign-in. So if I were to put my actual email in there, it'll take it, and then it'll ask me for my password. Oh, click on the field, and then I enter that. We're not going to save that. It'll give me an error about something happening, and then if we go back in here, it gave me the password and the information that I typed in. So that's how this works, and it gives you everything. It gives you latitude, longitude. It really does a good job of getting that information. So great, right? So I'm talking to this person, and they're asking me those typical questions. basically it started off, and I'm gonna have to scroll all the way to the top. Oh, that's not that far. So they ask me how I'm doing. I tell them good. They ask me or tell me something I can't remember. That's good. Very generic responses. They tell me they're from Sweden and that they're lonely and looking for love, basically. And they ask me where I'm from. I tell them USA. Um, and then they ask me if we could go chat and hang out and Hangouts. And that's, of course, the invite itself, the request for friendship itself is a red flag. But then when they want you to move from somewhere where you're basically serving the same functionality to another app that serves the same functionality, that's even a bigger red flag. Why do we have to leave from Facebook Messenger to talk somewhere else? So I act dumb. That's the first thing you can do as a social engineer is act dumb. I know very well what Hangouts is. So I told them I don't use it. They tried to convince me to go there and ask me, "Don't you have a Gmail?" And I said, "Yes, but I'm very simple. I don't need it." And they keep trying to convince me. So I ask them straight out, "What's wrong with chatting here? We're already chatting." And they make up several excuses why. And they claim that somebody's trying to hark their Facebook. So I said, a smart ass remark, "Hark, you mean hack?" And they said, "Yes, somebody's looking for me and trying to hack my Facebook." And I asked them who. And so I basically tell them I downloaded it. I have it. What's next? And they're excited here. They respond very quickly because they think they're going to get somebody. So told them I was busy. One moment, we'll chat in a minute. Be right back. And then they asked me what my email is so they can send me an invite. There's not too much harm in that, so I gave them my email. It's on my Facebook anyway. It's a big deal, right? So they say they sent me an email, and I told them that I'll go check it in a little while. So then I sent them that picture. I have that picture. I downloaded it, but they asked me that if I got the invite and the message they sent. So I went into a different Hangout account and just took a screenshot of an empty conversation folder and said, "No, I don't have anything from you." And that opened me up to my little trick. And I told them that my employer has a very protected network and that you have to be on a VPN to get on Hangouts. And it happens to me on WhatsApp and stuff all the time. They don't understand. I explained it again. And I told them that I already added them and that I have to be on a VPN to use things like WhatsApp and all that stuff. And I told them that I'll send them a link when I get it fixed. And they're totally responsive to that. They're like, "Yes, okay." So I made that link that I just showed you over here. Send them the link. It's different, of course, but you can make up whatever you want, as we already saw. Sent them that link. I ran upstairs to talk to my friend Melinda because I knew I was going to need more than one account here. She was totally cool with it, and she gave me her information so I could use her account temporarily to basically use it to rob this person of their account that they were using for Facebook. So, long story short, I go in and send them that. Within seconds, they're sending me information. I could see this will start going just like it is here, and then you can see all the keys they press slowly, how quickly they press them, and it'll say what they're typing, what I typed, and then it'll find their information. It'll find all the stuff they typed, and it'll give it to you. So I'm watching them do this, and you know that the end's already near. And the second that I had their information and I knew they got that corrupted page, I told them it worked. I can see your invite now. And to them, as far as they know, okay, good, we're in. And then I started talking to them in Hangouts. So I told them I'm like, "Are you there? I'm in Hangout." And I'm like, "Hello," and they're like, "Oh yes, I'm here," and something something. So then we talked for a while in Hangouts. So this conversation, there's some time that goes by here, and then they disappeared, and they're confused. They said something's wrong with my account. I can't get back into my Hangouts. And they're like, "Let me fix this." And then they're gone for a while. So I make this smart ass remark, blaming them. "Why are you leaving me alone in Hangouts? Do you want to chat or not?" Well, they couldn't chat in Hangouts because I was in their account. That was this one. So I immediately came into their account and go to check over here into their Google account information and of course into their security to see if they have two-factor verification on. They didn't at the time, but I do now for my own phone number. I went to their data, or their personal information, I should say, and they did have their phone number listed here, right here. But I came to realize that you could go in here very easily and just click up here and remove their phone number. So if they were to get anything changed on their phone, it wouldn't notify them. So I did that and put my phone number in. Then I immediately went back in here and set up two-factor authentication and sent myself the Google verification code to do that. And then I went into here and set up a recovery email to my friend's email. So we're well on our way, right? I officially took over control of one of their Google accounts, and it's now mine. I have it now. They can't get back into it. So they're confused. They don't know what's going on, and they immediately push me to let them message me on another account. And they came in here and apologized. They forgot their password. They don't know what happened. So they're like, let me go make another account and I'll be right back. So I act dumb, and they come back and said that they were doing some things and they forgot and that they can't remember their stuff and all this. So I very, very arrogantly asked them, "Oh, you want to learn from me?" And they say no. They actually say no. I want to get married. And I want to be close to you. And I'm like, you want to be close with me? And I'm just laughing. I'm cracking up. And they said, but you're married. What would something something? I forget what they said here. And just butter them up because I know it's a dude and I know it's all fake from the get go. And I said something here, and then they asked me. I think they asked me about my wife. Oh, she said, "What would your wife do if she knew that we were in love and we were going to get married?" Or she asked me if I was married here, and I was like, "Yes, I am." And she asked what I would do, and she would divorce me and take the kids, which is true. And then she said something else, and do you think I'd make a good wife, and would I be better than my wife that I have now, of course? And I was like, of course you would. You're definitely better than my wife. My wife is extremely mean and hateful and cannot cook or clean very good. I was like, do you want to marry me? And anybody who knows my wife knows everything in that sentence or that paragraph is an absolute lie. Well, except for the very extremely mean and hateful part. But long story short, she is totally going for it. She says yes, she wants to marry me, and asked her if she'd come to the USA to be my wife, and she goes on about yes, and then she says something about making another account, and she couldn't log in, and all this stuff. She's really bothered about this. So I'm playing dumb again, and then they asked me to go back to. Um, they're gonna make another account, or they told me they make another account. I think they gave it to me here to add them, and said something to the effect of, go here. And I asked them again, why not just here? This works fine. We're chatting fine. And they said that add me and we'll go talk there. I don't like Facebook. And I told them that I really don't want to have to set the VPN again because of my employer security. That's a hassle. And then I asked them, how'd you forget the password? Didn't you save or protect it when you were already logged in? And they said, yes, but I logged out and something, something. And I'm like, why'd you log out of Hangouts? And I can't remember what they said, but they made up another excuse. And I'm like, okay, gotcha. Long story short, this goes on for a while. And I denied them at first. I told them, no, not yet. It won't work until I fix my VPN again. I told you. Which a VPN has nothing to do with this. This is not even how VPNs work. But so, and I asked, why are you so demanding about using Hangouts? And they made up another excuse. So I told them I believe you, but I won't be able to see it until they won't be able to see my invite, and I won't be able to see their invite until they sign back on the VPN. So I told them you can try now. I'll send and I'll see the invite with the same link. It should work fine. They didn't get that. They were very dense. I don't like sending this link over Messenger because Facebook will eventually catch on and block you from sending your server your links. But it worked. So I told them we both had to be on VPN. My university blocks it. So they asked me if I saw the thing. Like I had to really explain this to them many times because I think of just the English barrier. They really didn't understand what I was saying. So I kept saying it, told them that I'm waiting, sent them another link. They finally hit that one. And they hit that one, and I just went back into my Mac and had more information, a new account, different one. So we go into that account, and we also take that one over. Um, I might have moved pages here. Yep, I did. So let me see. Is this the other one? 8146. Nope. I'm getting confused with all the tabs, but we have two of them. The other one, I had it open, but give me a sec here. This one right here, sign in. So I immediately got their credentials for this account. We'll save that. It's mine now, bitch. And did the same thing. Went into here. They this time they did do something different. They did have some different personal information. This time they said they were a female, and I did the same thing I did last time. Changed my phone number, backed it up to my friend's email, went into their personal info, and changed some of that. Went into security and turned on two-step verification, and took over that one. So I'm fully expecting these people to realize what's going on at this point, and they didn't. They legit did not. Um, After, of course, I took over that account, they were gone again. So I'm being bold and arrogant once more and asking them where'd they go, and they're telling me that they can't get this to work and all this stuff. So I start getting more lovey-dovey, like, "Hi, honey, you there? Why do you keep leaving me in Hangouts? This is very odd and questionable behavior." They said a couple things. I caught them at once, but then I was busy working too, so missed out what they said. And they deleted those messages. They said something about, "Are you getting?" They said something to the effect of, "Are you getting my Google verification codes?" or something like that. And then they told me to send them an invite. And I was like, "I just did it. How come you keep logging out? Hello?" And then they kept trying to get me to go to a third account. They wanted me to go to a third email account. I told them I was in a meeting, and I'm asking if they're okay. And I'm making stuff up because I wasn't. And then they're like, "I keep getting logged out of my account." I'm like, "Log back in then." Like, "Did you get it to work?" And they're like, "No, I can't get it to work, and that's why I'm here on Messenger." I'm like, "Damn, well, how did this happen? That's okay. We can just chat here." And then telling them Google's weird. And she said, "Give me your phone number." She wanted my phone number. That's getting a little bit too close to home. So I told her no. I'm like, "So my wife can catch us?" And told her I think it's too risky. She kept trying to talk me into it. I told her my wife looks at my phone all the time, and that's not even true. And then um, made some stuff up and told her that my wife spies on my Facebook, so I have to hide everything. And then I went a step further. This is when I decided I was going to try to get the Facebook they were on, because none of these email accounts were attached to this Facebook, believe it or not. So I told them that I just successfully logged in using my Facebook account on the Google VPN. So I sent that to them one last time to try to get their Facebook credentials. And they told them it worked for me twice, and that Google recognizes your Facebook. None of this is true. And then it should lead right back into Hangouts. They try it, but they kept sending a Google account, which was the third Gmail that I got today from them. Unfortunately, by the time that me and a buddy of mine that was helping me out for a little while, because I did get extremely busy, um, got to going to mess with that account, they finally realized what was going on, and they went and put two-step verification on that account, and we couldn't get it. So I had the password for about an hour, and then my buddy tried changing some information on it, and they went into the device login screen, and they sent me a screenshot on. They sent me a screenshot, not on this one, must be on this one, of the phone. Nope, that makes sense. They sent it to me on the account I don't have anymore, I think. Yeah. They sent me a picture of my buddy trying to log in somewhere in the world. But he's on either a VPN or a dynamic IP, and it's no big deal because he's in another country. So yeah, this basically is where they busted me, and they knew that something was up. So I went back into this original email, saw that first message. This guy they are talking about, um, at the beginning of the message, they were talking about, there was some talk in here somewhere about a credit card, and him telling her, I think he might have been getting wise to her, but she says something about a credit card. I don't want to put this dude on blast because, he's just a man, and she's trying to basically entice him and get him to want naked pictures of her. And if he's a single dude, there's nothing wrong with that. So I don't really want to put this dude on blast. But I did message him and told him that my name is Jason, and then this person was a hacker, and that they were trying to hack us both, but they picked the wrong person, and that he needs to be more careful on the internet, and they won't be bothering him anymore. He was kind of in disbelief at first, and he's like, "Who are you really?" And I explained it to him a little bit more, and then he thanked me and probably felt dumb and hasn't said nothing since. But that's a little bit of my obligation there. I wouldn't want this guy to be left hanging thinking he's falling in love with some girl way out of his league and then be dumb enough to send some other woman money. But long story short, I took over that account and the other account, and then I was sitting here reading these messages. I know that I had verified that they had an iPhone 5C because it showed that's what device they were on when I first hacked them. So I looked in here and realized that they changed their Apple ID recently to the iPhone 5C to this email. So then we go to I forgot my Apple ID to recover that. So I did that. And also took over their Apple ID. So I'm not going to go any further into this because I don't want to really fuck this person's life up or nothing. But needless to say, they won't be able to log into their Apple ID without me getting an email about it, which is going to go here. So I guess hopefully my point here is that there's a lot that comes into play in this. There's intent is everything when it comes to ethical hacking, and there's not one damn thing I did here that wasn't ethical in my opinion. Because number one, I didn't ask for this person to reach out to me and try to fish me. I didn't ask for them to try to fish that poor gentleman in Turkey who's probably looking for love and was very close to being taken advantage of. And when they crossed that line and they chose the wrong person, hey, it is what it is. It's all fair when it comes to that point. And they picked the wrong one, and that's the truth. So in one day, this dummy, Mr. Dummy, in somewhere Accra, whatever, Ghana, lost 2 out of 3 Gmail accounts. Probably most likely lost access to his Apple ID and no longer has his trolling or catfishing Facebook account because it appears the guy that I warned probably reported it and got it banned. I didn't report it. I thought about it, but I was going to let it ride because I kind of wanted to troll them more. They were very angry when they messaged me the last few times on in Gmail. They messaged me a few times on Gmail and they were very angry. They still kept referring to themselves as a woman and said, "You messed with the wrong woman." I'm like, "Yeah, right, a woman." And I told them, I was like, "Do you not think I don't know everything about you?" And I sent them a screenshot of this screen right here, basically, of them. I had their location, I had their ISP, I had their IP address, I had everything that I could possibly ever want to know about them. And they immediately blocked me on Hangouts, so I couldn't talk to them. They unblocked me for a moment to send me back basically a picture of my email. And yeah, it was pretty funny because I already gave them my email. There's nothing they can do with that. They were upset because they got so horribly hacked in the end, and they didn't even know what they were going. They didn't even know what was happening, to tell you the truth. And I don't even know if I can't even chat on here on What's or on Hangouts because I don't even do that shit on my own account. I was gonna show. Oh, yep, I could. I was gonna show you those messages because they were kind of funny actually. So hold on one second. Bear with me. Pretty much this is all it here, but it's kind of funny because they knew at the end they knew they got had and they probably didn't like it. So um, well, these can't be it. Where's the rest of them? I can't respond to them anymore because they blocked me. But this isn't the rest of the conversation because I sent them a picture. Couldn't be. Let's see. Yeah, no, it can't be. It has to be. I had to have sent that to him to the account that I ended up not getting. I haven't really had a point. I haven't really had. Yeah, nope, don't have it. Darn it. It'd be cool if I did. They basically sent me. I sent them a screenshot of where I had hacked them. Here, basically looked like this, and but it had their real information, and I sent them all three of them, and then told them straight up, I know a lot more about you than you think, and if I were you, I'd learn how to do what you're doing before you get reported to the authorities by somebody. And they asked me, "Are you going to report me to the authorities?" And I said, "I'm thinking about it." And they said, "Yeah, well, this is the wrong woman to mess with." And they sent me my email, just wrote my email, jasoncrew@gmail.com. And then they sent me a screenshot of when my buddy in another country was in the middle of trying to take over their third account, and they got a notification saying that somebody was logging in from another location. And I was like, it's not even me. Anyway, that's basically all I got for you guys. That's what happened to me today. So I hope this person took it as a learning lesson and stops trying to hack people and stops trying to get people to send them money and take advantage of men in the name of love, because it was pretty fucked up. It didn't work out for them today. They lost 2 out of their 3 accounts and their Apple ID, and they're probably kicking themselves and feeling really stupid right now. And that's all I got for you guys. Take care, be safe, and don't add random strangers on the internet on Facebook.